Welcome back to the Hot 7 Nightly News. Thank you for staying with us. Before the break, you heard about the concerns regarding 2 incidents involving a man who is allegedly unstable. He was a possible danger to children. The police say his mental state is yet to be confirmed, but you got to have your say on how society can deal with such issues in terms of dealing with mentally unstable individuals. Here's what you had to say.
Well, knowing that there is an institution where these people can be kept, I believe the Ministry of Health should do to the best of their ability to have these people off the streets. I believe with what they are doing now, Satan is very rough these days, and you find these people should be kept away from innocent people, like the incident that just transpired whereby one wanted to kidnap a child.
People are sometimes psychologically sick because of genetics, romance, industrial failure, and institutionalized structure to make you mad, you see? And due to the resilience of different people, that snap of the straw of sanity to insanity could be a present experience. So in view of those who are mentally challenged, society is partly responsible for the build-up of such a psychological condition.
What I feel could be done to help out our people in St. Lucia, we actually have to have a lot of compassion for each other, respect the elder people, you know, and most children, they don't have time to, most youngsters nowadays, they never really have time to sit down and take a little conversation with the elders.
When I look at, the system with mental people, they ain't doing enough, because we can't put all the blame on governments, because them mental people, they have families, and they don't want to do nothing with them, Some of them, they seen them in town, on the streets. They just passing their son or their daughter straight, like they don't want to meddle with them at all, So when something happened to them now, then you go here, well, they're saying, well, he was mentally ill and this and that and the other, But we're supposed to have a place for the mental people. So before, you see that they're getting on, bring them in, report to the policemen and them. And the policemen have to be trained to come and arrest them man, because them man will give problems, you understand? And I know, because how them man feeling, because to them, what they're doing there, they don't even know what they're doing.
Drivers using the Millennium Highway are up in arms over unmarked dugout trenches along the highway. The aggravated drivers are unaware of which organization is responsible for the trenches, but they have cited the danger that it can pose, with most saying that it's an accident waiting to happen. They spoke to Solange Alfred.
Talks of rehabilitation of the Millennium Highway by the government of St. Lucia come the second quarter of 2020 seems a ways away for drivers traversing the road daily. Recent reports reaching our newsroom indicate that trenches have been dug about the highway by unknown sources. President of the Southern Minibus Association, Philip Jean-Baptiste, says, in speaking for the best interest of the people he represents, he continues to express the grave danger that unmarked roadworks can present. Jean-Baptiste also notes the countless trenches along the Millennium Highway, which he says is a nuisance to motorists.
This hole on the Millennium, last night before I was traveling, I knew there was some sort of abnormal, holes, which I always talk, and they just fill them right by where the cows are on the stretch. But night before I was traveling, and I hit I just felt my bus hit something, and I swear it was a bomb coming from underneath. Not knowing that they dug some trench on the side of the road after the Millennium in going towards, going southbound. And that thing, after they dug it, they have a whole pile of gravel just by it. Now, if you're driving and you don't know that is there, because I did not know that was there. And when, if you don't know it's there, you'll find yourself in problem. This morning when I was coming up around after 4, that's the time I normally come up, I saw a minibus, which is a Toyota Hilux. I saw it there, just after that thing, and everybody on the road, and that is what that caused that accident, because the person maybe never knew that, and when he rides that, either he's bearing or whatever flew from underneath the bus, but the bus broke down right there.
Adding his voice to the discussion, Vieux-Fort bus driver Marcelinus Faison says an indication should be placed near the trenches to alert all drivers.
And I believe that the government should do something about that road, because that's not good at all. That is affecting your vehicle. When you have a load of passengers on board, that is affecting your spring, your rubbers, everything. And that was what they did in the Millennium Highway is worse. And it's not one place they have that in, a few holes they have in there. Oh, I don't believe this bill is that's the only country you see these things happening. They should at least, if you know you're doing something there, you put a sign, or you have a hole there, put a sign stating that there is a hole. Nobody knows that, and that is bad.
Another bus driver, Bud Flavian, says that several complaints have already been made about the trench, but they've all been to no avail.
It's not good at all, and from day one we have been complaining. We paying our road tax, sticker 150, we paying on gas, and from the time we take our load from Castries go down to Vieux-Fort, some of us we pass up the month, some pass all the way through Latok and come out, I could see Government House. But the tunnel road, it's not good at all. I could say from Banan going up by the hospital, which all the way Cul-de-sac. And especially they got some trench holes there. We don't know for what reason. Night time going down to Vieux-Fort on your side. Imagine even last night, I suffered a punctured tire. I had to come this morning to go and patch it. It cost me $50 to patch it, give it a hot patch. And the road all the way, well, going all the way to Vieux-Fort, it's just not good.
It is still unclear the reason or sources behind the digging of the trench, but one thing remains evident, that motorists using the Millennium Highway daily are seeking swift resolve to the matter. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solaj Alfred.
The National Workers' Union is recording another success story after the management at the Bank of Nova Scotia agreed to pay out merit increases to its employees at all of its operational units. The NWU's President General, Tyrone Maynard, says this is much welcomed news for workers. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
Staff at the different branches of Nova Scotia island-wide are breathing a collective sigh of relief as they, along with the National Workers' Union, celebrate a favorable outcome to months of negotiations for payments. On Friday, Scotiabank's island-wide were forced to keep their doors closed to customers after staff staged a sick-out. However, on Wednesday, the NWU reported that the management of the bank flew in to hold talks with the union and has now agreed to pay out merit increases to its employees at all of its operational units. NWU President General Tyrone Maynard said this was months in the making.
The meeting was chaired by the Deputy Labour Commissioner, Mr. Eden Senkwa, at the time. And after the parties made their individual submissions, the company agreed to pay all its employees merit increases. Now, this request we made months ago, but chances are it might have fallen on deaf ears then. But I think the fact that the company has decided to at least take that decision, augurs well for the relationship between management and its employees. And I think it would virtually detensionize the plant and give people the kind of confidence that is required at this point, to see the bank through its next stage. So we believe that it's a good decision.
Maynard said this revelation has come as welcomed news to the staff. The decision, he said, was the clear and fair path forward.
And that is what they were calling for months, So I believe that in itself, that request was justified and they all knew it.
The NWU president made yet another confirmation that jobs will remain safe during the process.
From day one, we were pushing the whole question of absorption. So we are monitoring the situation, and it's not one where we are just looking at people within the bargaining unit, but every St. Lucian in that plant, be you in or outside of the bargaining unit. That would be our concern.
The parties have agreed to meet in the latter part of February with the intentions of concluding all outstanding matters of an industrial relations nature. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
Castries Mayor Peterson Francis is agreeing to take a step back on plans to implement a new shift system within the CCC in the name of peace and legislation. Mayor Francis's decision is coming on the heels of a joint meeting with the Deputy Labour Commissioner and the National Workers' Union.
As tensions between the Castries City Council and its workers continue to lessen for the time being, Castries Mayor Peterson Francis has downplayed the matter, indicating that the contention was blown out of proportion. Although workers have resumed their daily tasks following the downing of their tools on Monday morning, concerns are still high about an impending shift system which the CCC intends to implement to the workers. The system was placed in effect from Monday. However, protest actions taken by the workers forced emergency talks between the council and the National Workers Union, which represents the workers. Francis said for now, the tide is in the favor of the workers.
We met the acting Labour Commissioner yesterday, and he said just for a cooling period. That's okay. He'll write to us to give his opinion on the whole matter. So during that time that we are, although people says I'm a rogue mayor, but we abide by laws. So the Labour Commissioner say give a cooling period where we could actually have a domestic meeting with the union and try to see how it is. But there is nothing to change. I mean, it's just we are going to revert to the old system. But you see, sometimes I wonder what we revert into. Because presently there is a 5-day working week, 40 hours working week. It's just that on Saturday and Sundays they get overtime. So there's nothing basically. All what we are doing is now saying that people will be working on Saturdays and Sundays on a regular time. It's not that they are going to go over the hours. So they all and they are making it believe that because they're going to get 2 days off during the week, that automatically the ordinary pay will be reduced. That is not, you still work your 40 hours a week.
Francis said the stipulations of the new system are not as drastic as the workers think it is.
As I said before, we never had an issue. I mean, it's just some disgruntled workers because they believe that they're going to lose some benefits. And even some of them believe that they will have a reduction in pay. That's not the case. And as I said earlier, that is a negotiation with the union. And on that negotiating team with the union, there are 3 shop stewards who are members of our staff. Okay? Essentially what these people, one of the grounds is this, that automatically Sunday and Saturday was overtime. Because we have not changed anything. There is a 5-day week of 40 hours. So we are not eliminating overtime completely. We cannot, because of the type of business we're in. But they, in their mind, that since it's Saturday, they work on Saturday and Sunday, which obviously is overtime, because it's more than 40 hours a week. So that's all. So we have done. We met with them. We explained to every department on a one-to-one basis, so they were fully aware.
The only change coming with the new system, Francis said, is the reduction to the large sums being paid in overtime. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
You're watching the Hot 790 News. Stay with us. There's more coming up after the break.